is...
All right. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to the Ned Ghost Rider broadcast. I'm Ned Ghost Rider. Most people call me Ghost. Welcome in, everybody. It is Sunday, August 9th, 2026, and this is bonus stream time with Ghost because I streamed earlier today at my baseball game. I hope you all enjoyed all that made it. Hope Hope it was a good one for you all. Hope you enjoyed Raft. Hopefully you're all still in Raft stream. Hopefully you are still in Raft stream. But yeah, I'm live and alive after finishing the game, which we won on a wild pitch that got us to 10 runs for the mercy roll. Came back, quick threw food together, did that stuff. I'm so sad I missed the baseball game. Well, Danny, the VOD's still there. The VOD's still there. You want to watch it. I don't know how good it was for the viewing audience, but Walmart literally had me in a chokehold today. Was ass. Well, if they had you in a chokehold, you should maybe press charges against them. Yeah, made food. I'm doing laundry. I'm doing the normal Sunday things. But tonight, I promise you all, we're gonna do Flight Simulator. So that's what we're gonna do. However, I'm eating at the moment. So yeah, we'll just do React content. We'll do React content until I'm done eating. Did this one. Climate Town's got a good one. Climate Town's got a good one. We can watch. But baseball went well. We won both games. We won both games by mercy rule in 5 innings because we won by more than 10. I got 2 hits the first game. I went 2 for 2 with a walk, and I hit over the outfielder's head again for a double. And then the second game, I went 1 for 2, and I scored 3 runs with a walk. No mercy. They need to learn. Okay, Keko. They had 8 people. We literally were giving them players. We literally were giving them players to play. But I hope you guys enjoyed. That's just, I've been wanting to do that for a long time now. I know the camera work probably wasn't great because it was really low, but I was trying to keep the phone out of the sun. So I was trying to keep it in shade. I might look into stuff to figure out how I could do that more effectively. Audio was choppy and metallic. Well, I was also playing right field, so I was pretty far away. So I was hoping that it would pick it up. But I'm assuming that it was better when I was running the bases, or when I was hitting, or when I was standing behind it. But Keko, congratulations on the first, Becca on the second, and Danny on the third. So, anyway, let's, oh, you streamed this? That's right. Yeah, I streamed baseball earlier. Oh God, everybody's consecutive streams are gonna get fucked. Wait, Danny, how did your stream? If you missed the game, whatever. I'm not gonna ask questions. Not even a lead, and I had to do boss stuff. And God, do I feel gained? I watched the VOD. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope people don't get fucked over by me streaming that. But anyway, chat, we're gonna watch Climate Town. Where are America's trains? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch that while I finish eating. Give me a second. I'm setting it up. Keko, how are you? How's your editing? But chat, this week I am super fucking busy for work. I am working all 6 days this week. And I am carrying for 9 rounds in 6 days. So, your boy is going to be fucking tired. So, the VOD is eligible in mobile to watch for a streak. Oh, cool. Well, half day today, seeing some friends from the island tomorrow in Hiroshima. Nice. Sunday, Scary. Hi, Hort. Hi, we're going to do some React content, and then we're going to do some flying later once I finish eating. How are you, Hort? Yeah, so let me bring up the video. We will watch this to start while I'm eating away.
If you're watching this in America, you probably haven't been on a train recently. Europe is
Correct.
crammed ass to ankles with trains whisking people in scarves and capri pants all over the continent. Same with China and Japan and a ton of other countries. But if you're doing some traveling in America, aside from a single corridor in the Northeast, your only real options are car or plane. I mean, we are the richest country in the history of the world. So where the fuck are all of America's trains? Now, ordinarily, it would take me like 40 minutes to answer that, but I can do it right now. America has a ton of trains. In fact, at this...
I think sometimes Twitch forgives streaks because a couple times I didn't watch a VOD and missed a stream. And my streak wasn't lost. Or that I was just lucky. It might have been within like 24 hours too. I'm chilling, lots of errands and cleaning today. Yeah, that's kind of what my Sundays turned into. Except I play 2 baseball games and then do all that stuff on top of it. Joke's on you. I use the train to get to American Airlines Center. Oh, shit, Danny.
Very moment, America has the largest train network in the entire world, with about 140,000 miles of track in operation. The bad news is that you can't use it, because the vast majority of America's train tracks are owned and operated by freight companies. Priority goes to gigantic trains carrying literal miles of heavy-ass cargo, and because the tracks are so old and f***ed up and they don't fix them, they often travel at a brisk walking pace so they don't derail. Sometimes they still do. Be free! Passenger trains are stuck, having to kind of work around freight trains. And as you can probably imagine, it results in one of the least effective passenger rail systems in the developed world. America has been screwing over passenger rail for decades, but maybe there's something we can do about it, maybe? Hi, I'm Raleigh Williams, a guy with a climate science and policy degree and a lifelong admiration for trains.
What is it, Raleigh?
A train.
A train?
And this is a video.
Chat. I've talked about this a lot. I don't know if I've explicitly stated this, but there are literally laws on the books that freight trains have to give priority to passenger trains. So I'd imagine that they are going to cover that in this video.
About America's struggling passenger lines. Welcome to Climate Town! Okay, so if you are one of the noble few who's taken a ride on our nationally owned rail service known as Amtrak, you've probably noticed that the trains are in pretty rough shape. They're decades old, they're constantly late, and sometimes they have to completely stop to let a 3-mile-long coal train go past.
Trains are already bogged down after widespread delays yesterday.
I've been waiting about an hour and 45 minutes.
I guess the whole Amtrak is shut down.
How frustrated are you? I'm enraged.
But would you believe it if I said this is actually a huge improvement from where passenger rail was in the 1950s? Uh-oh, 1950s, we're going back in time! The gigantic nationwide train network that built American industry into the envy of the world had fallen on hard times. Cars, planes, and buses had exploded onto the scene, and railroad companies found themselves losing market share and
I didn't know putting a penny on a rail was bad till I got older. I am going to be honest. I don't think I did know that it was bad. But it makes sense because it could kill somebody. Cat Max, congratulations on 15 consecutive streams. Kidda on the participation trophy. Kidda, thank you so much for helping out with the stream earlier today. I appreciate your help. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to have to look at the VOD later. I used to do that. Pennies fuse into the rail. I thought quarters just get bigger. Damn. Darn Judge Doom really set the U.S. on the freeway to ruin. Sometimes I want to go back just for the trains. Imagine visiting family.
hemorrhaging money, and the primary culprit was passenger rail. Americans definitely used to take the train to get around, but as car ownership became the norm and the government poured more and more cash into roads, train ridership fell off a cliff. In 1916, 98% of trips were taken by train, and by 1956, that number was down to 4%. It
Holy
got so
shit.
bad for rail companies that for every dollar they made from ticket sales, it cost them
We used to have a train in town, good times. You don't have to dox yourself, but I bet your town had a bunch of oil lobbyists make sure that the train wasn't maintained and shit.
$1.81 in expenses. The only reason they even ran these passenger lines anymore was because government regulations forced them to, which honestly was mostly their fault. Trains had been run by such ruthless and evil business owners that President Grover Cleveland had to establish America's very first federal regulatory agency in 1887, and its purpose was to stop rail barons from exploiting the molasses out of American citizens. 6 decades later, those government-mandated passenger routes were dragging rail companies into bankruptcy.
No, they flattened, but it's like a theory or some shit about making a train derail, which might be a lie, but it could be a projectile. Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, I've definitely heard the flattening thing, but Texas is weird when I was a kid. It definitely flattens. I know that. I guess it could technically derail. It could cause, I don't know. Probably not. It's probably not a good thing to fuck with rail tracks. I'll leave it at that.
To discontinue service, rail companies could either petition the government, or they could make that service so unpleasant and inconvenient that the customers abandoned the lines themselves. And oh my, did they do the second one. Rail companies would get rid of dining cars, let trains fall into disrepair, demolish bathrooms, close station waiting rooms, and cut service back so far it was essentially useless. Oh, you want to go to Poughkeepsie? Well, all we got is the 3 a.m. train. Does that work for you? It doesn't! Oh no! And if the government did grant them a waiver to drop a passenger line, they would stop running train service immediately, shutting down the train in the middle of the route and kicking everyone off, like the 14 people who got left in Birmingham, Alabama on their way to New Orleans. And I'm sure fucking Tennessee Williams could write a real barn burner of a play about the stranded.
Probably I'm on island too. It's probably pretty convenient. I went on Maglev in Shanghai. Amazing. I hate you, Keko. How about we could put casinos and trains that might be U.S. approved? No, because then there would be a stopping point, CatMax. There's only one train for the train going out of here to TwitchCon. Same time every day, but that was the only time. Yeah. Mad Egg Levitation. Yes. I fucking know, Keko. Fucking asshole.
Passengers in the Birmingham train station, but in practice, it was getting impossible to take a train in this era. By the late 1960s, the
Run out of money, get thrown off the train?
entire rail industry, both freight and passenger,
I know, but for your
had
chat
hit
goes.
rock bottom with
Okay.
the biggest corporate bankruptcy in the history of the U.S.
Some of them dumb as hell. Wow. Chat, are you going to take that from Keko? I'm kidding. I love you, chat. I don't think he's kidding, chat. How about a limit of people and a time limit in the casino car? Keko, no, I'm dumb. God damn it. All right, I'm going to start grabbing shit for Flight Sim.
But if you know anything about corporate bankruptcies in America, oh yeah, the government stepped in to bail out freight companies by letting them get rid of their passenger routes. And President Richard Nixon himself signed the Rail Passenger Service Act of 1970. This took all the passenger routes that had either been neglected or actively sabotaged by the freight companies and smashed them together into a sort of team of misfit teens they called Rail Packs. But even in the 1970s, they realized that name sucks, so they renamed it Amtrak.
Next time, see what a thrill it is to fly on a train.
Now, Republican presidents are usually on the cut funding for public transportation side of the equation, and Nixon was no exception. He didn't like the idea of nationalizing passenger rail and only agreed to create Amtrak because it was supposedly going to become a profitable company once they worked the kinks out. This was, of course, a lie. Amtrak was never on track to become profitable. They just had to say it was in order to get the bill passed. And this is not a guess. According to Department of Transportation officials...
Did you see the train ads as kids? What do you mean train ads? The Amtrak? I can't even find a job in this economy. I must be dumb as hell. I don't think anybody's finding a job in this economy because corporations don't want to hire people. Not yoking around. Got him. Got him, Bite Stink. IR Baboon. Nice. I like that reference, Bite Stink.
Jim McClellan, we did not put all of our cards on the table. We bent the truth. That's politics. And before you get all libertarian on me, pretty much every rail network in the world.
I wish someone would steer my yoke. Since JD isn't here, I made the joke for him. Okay, I was about to say, kidda, because you're married. That shit's built in.
Rail is at least partially government funded and run. These are massive pieces of infrastructure with thousands of employees and moving parts. If you want consistent service that can get people where they need to go and stimulate the economy and take cars off the road and about a million other benefits, it almost always requires some amount of government funding to operate and maintain.
Correct.
And yet Amtrak was about to get almost no government funding and then immediately become profitable right after passenger rail had been so unprofitable that it almost bankrupted all of railroading in America? How is this the plan? This is the system that we're gonna put into our laws? What are we doing?
It's almost like
a disaster waiting to happen. And you wouldn't even have to wait that long.
Hopefully, Amtrak will be the solution that will save the passenger train service
goes 2.0. Amtrak gets absolutely wrecked.
Amtrak officially.
Don't forget to push our Subnautica 2 narrative, kiddo. Wait, what's Subnautica 2 narrative? Wait, was I supposed to play Subnautica 2 with people?
Launched on May 7th, 1971. But rather than buy a fleet of new passenger cars, or rolling stock as train people call them, they would have to use the old passenger cars that the private railroad companies weren't using anymore. But weren't those mostly dilapidated old garbage
to finish your co-op save?
Being maintained?
Yeah, I guess we could have done that tonight. We were thinking about it last night, but Ghosty took forever with his reacts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I'm bad. My bad. And I also didn't coordinate with Kidda either.
As a way to save money? Yes. Actually, here's a great quote about Amtrak's cars. These rolling junk boxes were catching fire at the rate of 1 per day.
One per day.
And the mandate to somehow suddenly become profitable affected the number of routes Amtrak could run. Newly minted Amtrak president Roger Lewis took a long, hard look at the company, which was probably a great idea because he had exactly zero railroad experience. He was a former defense contractor.
I'm noticing that maybe they set up Amtrak to fail. Maybe they set up Amtrak to fail so they could privatize it. Did y'all think about that? Did you react to Queta? Finished my left hand. I had to do my nails after today. Oh. Down to play, but since you were doing reacts, I played Marvel Rivals for 24 hours. Probably gonna fall asleep shortly. Okay, kiddo. Just like my mother's shame. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Might explain why he immediately destroyed 40% of the former inner-city passenger routes. But Amtrak wasn't going down without a fight. Even at drastically reduced service, they could offer the American public something that cars and planes never could. I'm talking about a little thing called showmanship.
Come aboard our magic world on wheels, where your eyes are filled with wonder, and there's friends.
The migrant avalanche.
The Superliner experience.
Something about a train that's magic.
I think it's the med, but my life is like Amtrak. Wait, are they implying that they had sex on a commercial? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, baby. You just try banging your middle-aged spouse on an airplane or hitting on a buffet of much younger men in your car. And at the risk of painting Amtrak as the
Amtrak was honestly nice. It was cramped bus for 6 hours after being on a train for 30 hours. That sucked. Yeah, that's understandable. Chat, should I put gel in my hair or should I just say, fuck it? This is what we're going with today. Sexing up after an evening at the train casino? Gel? All right, I'll go do that.
horny transit alternative, they briefly required their female employees to wear short shorts. But ultimately, if Amtrak could just get people to their destinations with some kind of consistency, they should be just fine. Oh no. See, Amtrak is short for American Train Track. And the evil genie level of irony that fucked Amtrak right from the very start is that Amtrak doesn't actually own the track. You know, the thing that trains need to go anywhere? When freight rail dropped passenger trains, it got to keep the hundreds of thousands of miles of track in the divorce. Amtrak owned a few hundred miles of track in the Northeast, but for the rest of their thousands of miles of service, they'd have to ask freight rail to borrow their track and then pay them for the privilege. As you may have guessed, this created a problem immediately. A year into Amtrak's existence, their long-distance trains were on time about 70% of the time. 2 years in, that number was just 35%. The government passed an amendment in 1973 to solve the problem by explicitly giving passenger trains right-of-way over freight trains, but then freight trains didn't listen. And since only the Department of Justice has the authority to punish freight rail, and they didn't really feel like pressing charges, freight trains just kept doing whatever they wanted to do on the tracks that they owned. This created a beautiful railroad loop of shit, where the underfunded Amtrak trains would get stuck behind freight, their customers would be late, they would stop riding the train, and
fucking classic. Classic privatization fucking everything up. And government, and the government under a conservative president, not effectively enforcing the laws. We were once a society. Yeah, it sucks wanting to play some Monica too, but not wanting to burn out on it. Oh, I'm not gonna burn out on it. I just honestly keep forgetting about it because I was like way out of it. And also, kid is gonna fall asleep tonight too. First train was 45 minutes late. The second train was about an hour and 45 minutes late. Yeah, that's sounds like it's normal.
Amtrak would be even more underfunded, and it just kept going around and around like that. And then in 1978, the government realized...
Oh, my bad, Cap. But Subnautica 2 is awesome. I can't wait for the updates. I can't wait to see the full game.
It was insane to judge Amtrak as a for-profit company, so they dropped the mandate in 1978. But that hasn't stopped a bunch
I can only build so many bases.
From
yeah,
constantly bringing
there's only
up
so many
the old
resources.
profit plan.
Richard Nixon said this thing has to be profitable within a couple of years or we're going to get rid of it. Amtrak's been run for 38 years. It has never made a profit.
Has Amtrak ever turned a profit?
Since its creation in 1971, Amtrak has never made a profit. Since 1971, Amtrak has never made a profit.
The single bright light in all of American passenger rail, and the only place where Amtrak was doing kind of okay, was the same place where they didn't have to borrow their tracks from the freight companies. I'm talking, of course, about the Northeast Corridor. If the continental US looks like a messed up horse with ridiculously short legs and the most commanding ass you've ever seen in your life, the Northeast Corridor is the throat. And this little 2% of land packs in 15% of the country's population, including Boston on the chin side, DC on the chest, and New York City right around the Adam's apple if horses have those. Actually, let me just check and see. Okay, they do. So New York City is the horse's Adam's apple. Where was I? So right off the bat, this stretch screams good train idea. On top of that, the run of track from DC to Boston is primarily owned by Amtrak and sees very little freight travel compared to the rest of the country. And on top of that, People actually ride these trains. In 1980, more than half of Amtrak's ridership came from this one stretch, which is less than 5%
Famously, Joe Biden
of the
used
total
to
system. But even
Joe Biden used to take a train from Delaware to Washington D.C. every day. Not me texting my dad to see if my horse has an Adam's apple.
this was by far the best train corridor in the entire U.S., it still had a ton of problems. And even without freight, we literally cannot shoot our video about how often trains are delayed because there's too many announcements talking about a delayed train. But even though this was by far the best train corridor in the U.S., it still had a ton of problems. And even without freight, a lot of those problems came down to the tracks. Here's the line from DC to Boston, and here's the portion that Amtrak owns. So they can hit top speeds on this portion, which means you can go from DC to New York in under 3 hours. But when you get past New York, you have to run slower on the tracks that are owned by New York Commuter Rail, then Connecticut DOT, then Amtrak again, then Boston Commuter Rail to finish it off. So you might hit top speeds for a little bit here, but everywhere else it's kind of like having a Ferrari on a dirt road, which makes the average speed way below all the far better train systems around the world. But even with all of these problems, Northeast Corridor ridership and revenue has boomed over the past.
Modern North American trains sucking is really shooting fish in a barrel for a topic. Cap, this person's a climate activist, and trains would reduce emissions. So of course they're going to talk about the inadequate train system in the leading country for emissions.
Couple of decades. So maybe we can actually do this? I mean, maybe we might really...
Exactly why it won't happen? Yeah, because nothing good can ever happen, Cap. This is the community that you should say these things in. That nothing will ever change and nothing will get better at all, ever. Not the fact that everybody that is in support of activating trains and creating more trains are winning by overwhelming margins or anything like that. But, you know.
Like trains, if they're even a little bit okay. Unfortunately...
Not until you get rid of the orange guy. Do you understand that trains take like time? So in the 2 years that the orange guy is going to be in there, you're not going to be able, you wouldn't even be able to get anything done anyway. But now we can push the Democratic Party into a party that believes in trains and force them to pass legislation to make the orange guy not sign it. He's going to put some data centers on the tracks. Okay. Yeah, how are the data centers working out? How are the data centers working out? They're not working out well. Communities are rising up. But again, nothing can ever get better. Nothing can ever get better, Cap. Everything's bad. Texas seems to love them. Yeah, they don't. They don't. Are you watching the news? I think trains are neat and are a good idea. Ghosty, what? Cap is joking. It doesn't seem like they're joking. It doesn't feel like they're joking.
The rest of the system still has to deal with freight, but I mean, how much worse could this possibly get? Oh, I'm sorry, hang on. Hello?
But I apologize if you're joking. But I also am sick of nihilistic takes, which is why I'm losing myself off the handle in the moment.
Yes, I did just ask that. A lot worse. How? A cliffhanger for an ad?
I'm not saying trains are bad, just that I don't expect any good news out of the U.S. That doesn't feel like a joke. New York's doing great. That's in the U.S. And a lot of people think that the New York policies that are being implemented are very popular. That's some good news. But again, nothing will ever get better. What's the point of kind of continuing through life, knowing that nothing's ever going to get better. But I would never advocate for that. Danny, thank you for the hydrate. The amount of papers I have and my neighbors have signed to stop building one. Yeah. Plus, people literally putting their lives on the line for data centers. Not if Trump isn't going to give them any relief funds or California either. You realize that Zoran literally got funds from fucking Trump, right? You also know that California is the third largest economy in the fucking world, so they don't need the federal money. Cap, are you just going to keep pivoting and moving the goalposts to explain that things will never get better? Because if you remember recently, Trump was full bore on ICE, and then in Minnesota, after the murder of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, I said Renee Good second because I couldn't remember her name in a second, that they ratcheted back ICE. Now, granted, they ramped it back up again, but they ratcheted it back. It's almost like Trump is malleable. Not that he's going to do good things, but he could do less bad things. Also, California fucking knows how to kiss his ass, as well as Zoran knows how to kiss his ass to get shit done. Now you have those cameras. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. The cameras are literally going the same way as the data centers, where local communities are not standing for them. Cap, I'm just going to fucking time you out at this point because you've been moving the goalposts every fucking time. And you're derailing stream. Pun not intended.
Okay. Online scammers.
Doesn't Trump hate your boy Gavin? No, he doesn't. He makes fun of Gavin, but he doesn't hate Gavin. He respects fucking Gavin. Also, why is he my fucking why is he my boy? I fucking hate Gavin. Cap, I literally gave you an out. Correct. You were given an out, Cap, and you refused to take it.
Will stop at nothing to identity theft me.
The more we protest and show we care about our own life, they know.
That's why whenever I'm outside, I always use...
Wait, we don't like Gavin? No, Gavin's a piece of shit. Gavin's a fucking asshole. He's a narcissistic asshole that has horrible fucking policies that won't let anything get fucking built in California. Fuck Gavin Newsom. He's a piece of fucking shit.
A body double. Oh yeah, by the time they identity theft other Raleigh, I'll be halfway to Juarez. It's the perfect system. But perhaps you're not ready to abandon everyone in your life at a moment's notice and head for the hills. If that's the case for you, you might like Incogni. Incogni exists because we live in a world where everyone's data has been extremely breached online.
Why is that interesting?
We personally get an email.
Why is that interesting as a leftist? Why is that interesting? Why would I like Gavin Newsom as a leftist? What I walk in on? Oh, just a chatter being nihilistic. And getting on my nerves for no reason. Isn't he left? No. He's establishment Democrat, and establishment Democrats are center-right. Which means they're going to favor businesses over fucking people. I mean, Gavin fucks a lot, too. So maybe he is fucking people. Particularly Kimberly Guilfoyle, who is now his ex-wife. Gavin Newsom is not fucking left. He's center-right at best. Gavin Newsom is a fucking conservative. Cap, the American politics are so broken that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are right-wing. We have two right-wing parties. Anyways, chat, I got my fingers stuck thanks to super glue. That's not good, Danny.
Every other week about someone who has exposed our data online and they're really sorry about it. My social security number, my home address, my phone number, it's all grist for the mill
and
for
not
scams
sort of
and
get it,
identity
Danny.
theft, and that's where Incogni comes in. They're patrolling the
Well, now I'm
internet
getting bummed
every
out.
day.
Now you're getting bummed out after literally moving the goalposts on me for the last 10 minutes? Now you're getting bummed out. Or are you getting bummed out that I'm letting you know that both parties are right-wing and are both fascist parties? Just one is doing it while acknowledging that gay people exist, while the other is forcibly trying to throw gay and trans people into jail. I think it took my fingerprints off for a bit. That happens.
For websites that have your data and getting it removed. They know all the tricks of the trade, and I think they actually get a sick little thrill every time they delete something. They even track it in their dashboard so you can see exactly what lists your info was on and where they are in the removal process.
Do we like the New York guy still? The New York guy is left. Well, American left, but the New York guy is left. Yes, Zoran is awesome. Zoran is great, which is I was literally bragging about Zoran Mamdani 5 minutes ago. I don't need him till the next 2 years. What's in 2 years? Or till I renew both passports? Wait, we need fingerprints for passports now? I mean, I like Zoran Mamdani.
But the best part is Incogni's custom removals feature.
I had to get fingerprint? Wait, what? Y'all got fingerprinted? I didn't even get mine. You all got fingerprinted for your fucking passports? I've only had to do fingerprinting for stuff for jobs, but I've never had to do fingerprints for passports. That was for the photo? What the fuck? Maybe they already have my fingerprints on record and that's why I didn't have to do it.
Other Raleigh here was surfing the internet the other day when he found someone trying to impersonate him, which is only one step away from trying to impersonate me. Now, ordinarily, that would be my sign to get rid of other Raleigh. But instead, we just sent a link to our dedicated privacy expert, and they took care of us. Awesome. So take back your identity.
Are they all the Trump passports now, or is it a special thing? No, I'm pretty sure they're all the Trump passports. My brother might be getting Canadian citizenship because we have family ties, and if he does it, I'm doing it. Nice. I'm eligible for Irish citizenship. I always get the passport that's good for 6 years, so no Trump yet. My passport's good for 10 years, I think. I thought they were good for 10. Yeah, I thought they were good for 10 too. Do it, Ghost? Well, there's complications at the moment that I can't do it. The Mexican one is made like plastic. The American one is kind of made like plastic too. Chat. I'm going to let this video play while I do my laundry shit.
Online and let Incogni do it for you. They can't harm you if they can't find you. Use code CLIMATE at the website below and get 60% off the annual price. Incogni.com/climate. Only you should be you. And we're back to finally answer the question of how things could possibly have gotten worse for Amtrak. Remember all those freight rail companies that owned the tracks? Well, what used to be dozens of independent rail companies had consolidated into just 7 mega companies. And those 7 companies were skiing the American slopes of maximizing shareholder value. They ripped up the track that didn't make the money, cut back on workers, and ran longer and longer trains with older and older equipment. They also delayed track maintenance to save money, which was maybe okay for freight. I mean, it could just rumble along at 5 miles an hour and the coal would just, get there when it got there. People, however, kind of freak out when they're 16 hours late for something. And Amtrak's fortunes took yet another turn for the worse.
All aboard, all aboard, all aboard Amtrak.
with freight rail's latest pivot to a thing called precision scheduled railroading. It was pioneered by this dude with the wonderful result of bringing that private equity mindset to rail companies and sending $100 billion back to shareholders at the expense of everything else. There's a great John Oliver episode about this.
I got blood all over my hands from injuries in this industry that should have been avoidable.
It's the kind of honesty you only usually get from a guy like that after he's been visited by the ghosts of Christmas.
But basically, freight operators have made trains a lot longer to cut costs. How much longer? Oh, I don't know. How about over 3 miles of train? That's about as long as beautiful Central Park! But don't worry, because they're also cutting crew members. Now, I want you to ask yourself, how many people do you think there should be working on a 3-mile-long train? Let's say it's carrying molten sulfur, hot asphalt, and nuclear waste. How many crew members do you think they should require to work on that train? Because if you're the freight industry, the answer is one. One guy. Oops, there's a problem near the back of the train. I guess I'll go ahead and stop the train, walk 2 miles to see what went wrong with the car carrying some of the most hazardous materials known to man, hopefully fix it, then walk 2 miles back.
I swear I've lost some overtime. It's spooky. Did you get more badges, Becca? It's a booklet. Yeah, it's a booklet, but it's like plasticky. I got Carataro stamp because I forgot to use my Mexican one. I had to get a visa. Oh. Streamer, I have a Gavin question. Shoot. Oh my God, they're like Walmart for real, cutting members? Yes. But also, shocker. I like your hair. Thank you, Kat. Shocker. The consolidation of companies in freight trains and stuff led to cost-cutting measures for profits, and that leads to worse services. Hi, Lily. Hi, Lil. His pin tweet, I just watched a random millions of a Mad King. What else can I say? The only thing missing was tinfoil. Donald Trump is trying to rig our elections, and we have to stop him. Sounds anti-Trump to me. Gavin Newsom is left of Trump. Just because they're conservative doesn't mean that they are openly advocating for the same policies. They are advocating for the same policies, but Gavin Newsom wants to do it in a more liberal way, meaning like it doesn't look as bad, right? Because ultimately, Gavin Newsom is going to side with fascists because he's a liberal. And liberals always side with fascists because fascists will do whatever it takes to support capital. So he's less right, but still right. Correct. Just like all establishment Democrat candidates are. Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden supported Israel. Israel is a fucking Nazi state. Joe Biden supported him. Do you think Joe Biden is left? I mean, Americans think Joe Biden's left, but he's fucking not. He's supporting a lot of Americans think that Nazis are left. Less right is still better than more right, though, yes? Yes, but he still sucks. Yes, Cap, there are many types of people in the world that hate Trump. My dad hates Trump, but my dad might have me committed if I told him I'm a socialist. Genocide Joe, I haven't forgotten. Nobody's fucking forgotten, and nobody should forget. Less right is better than more right. Correct. But it's still not good. Joe Biden implemented fascist policies when he broke up the Palestinian protests at colleges. Fascism is bad. Y'all should pin that. Why? Why should we pin that? Genocide Joe? We call him Genocide Joe all the time. But fascism is bad. Liberals use fascism. Liberals use fascism to defeat the left. Conservatives, American conservatives, use fascism against everybody. Know my message? Why? Why should I pin that? Fifth time I was arrested was under Joe protesting genocide. Did you just ask to pin your message when the pin message at the top of the chat is literally the link to the video that we're watching? Okay.
Now that's efficiency.
Let me tell you my confusion. You have returned a gigantic amount of money to shareholders. You just mentioned the 740 basis point decline in expenses. What I'm confused about is why did you need to even switch the percentage?
I can't see the pin if there is one. There is one. It's the link to this video, which I hope everybody has clicked on and to watch it.
Precision railroading. Maybe you can explain it to me because as far as I was concerned, you were pretty precise.
When Jim fucking Cramer thinks you're thinking about profits too much, you've got problems.
How you eat Spam, by the way? Just right out of the
thing? We usually have it with a fork.
What's that called? A tub?
David, you can eat it any way you want. Let me give you some Spam juice.
Luckily, the government stepped in on that one man on the train thing and passed a law to fix all of that with 2 crew members. 2 crew members on a 3-mile train. And freight companies are still pissed about it. But through it all, freight companies have been consistent about exactly one thing. They are still flagrantly violating the law that says they have to let Amtrak go ahead of freight trains.
Classic Capital not following the law, and then the United States government not fucking enforcing the law against Capital.
Hell yeah, players, stay toxic. And since the 1980s, the Department of Justice has filed a lawsuit against freight companies delaying Amtrak exactly one time. And that one time was in 2024, when the DOJ alleged the Norfolk Southern Railroad was so prolifically in the way that just 57% of Amtrak trains on this line were on time. And after Norfolk Southern tried to get the case dismissed and failed, the Department of Justice issued this statement as part of the settlement. Americans traveling by train are entitled.
Okay, what about Abdul? We like or no? We love Abdul. We literally had a stream where we were sitting here waiting for Abdul to win. Abdul's awesome. We love candidates like Abdul. Why would we not like Abdul? I'm very confused. Is this American education? Just not, I don't know.
Entitled to trips free from delays caused by railroads failing to give Amtrak preference over freight trains. The punishment?
We were waiting for Abdul to win. Correct. We were waiting for Abdul to win.
Well, they have to give Amtrak trains the highest priority, which is already the law. But also, they have to help the government figure out who's causing all these delays. But still, technically a win, which means Amtrak won. Freight rail, don't look at that. Stop looking at that.
Abdul got elected, but nothing is fixed. I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't get elected. He won the primary. He did not get elected yet, Otto. Oh my God, Otto. I hate when you troll like this. Almost forgot a T on that. I hate when you troll on this. Because, like, I know you know the answers. I know you know the answers. Which is why when I'm having conversations like this, I hate when you do this.
Yet, despite being constantly underfunded and whatever the real-life version of cyberbullied is, Amtrak has held on. Ridership has been rising over the years.
Sorry, I was talking about Zoran. What has he ever done for Iowa? Well, he's going to turn Iowa blue, so.
And in 2025,
for Iowa?
Amtrak
What have you done for Iowa, Otto?
34.5 million customer trips. And when Amtrak actually owns most of the track they operate on, like from New York to DC, the results are even better. While short-haul flights still dominate a lot of the U.S. markets, there are 4 times more train rides.
Shat in the field and contributed to fertilizer? I don't know if that's approved fertilizer.
Than airline passengers between New York and DC. And also, Amtrak makes Soprano suits now. But unfortunately, those suits are almost $300 and you can't even buy them anymore. So here we are, stuck with the same motley crew of shitty passenger lines that was smashed together into Amtrak almost 60 years ago. So what are we gonna do about it? Well, first of all, the Department of Justice can continue to enforce the law that freight operators keep breaking. So far, it's just been that one lawsuit in 40 years with no major penalties, but I guess it's a start. And it might be the best we're gonna do if we're gonna keep forcing Amtrak trains to borrow the tracks from freight companies. But the big solution, and I think it's probably obvious to
I'll bite what's happening in Iowa. Nothing is happening in Iowa, that's the thing. Also, Cap, if you would like an explainer on the American political spectrum, there's a video there for you. And if anybody wants to know about the American political spectrum, there it is. Are you talking about my mayor, Mom Donnie? The mayor of Iowa? It's natural fertilizer goes. BRB gotta wash dishes. You wash those dishes.
Anyone watching this is to fund Amtrak properly. I mean, a lot of people in this country still think that Amtrak needs to be printing money, but for most of the rest of the world, public transportation is a public good, which they fund.
Is a public good. Is a public good. Is a public service. It's not supposed to make profit hand over fist.
Society. They don't cram passenger rail in behind freight trains. They build dedicated track and allow passenger trains to flourish. I mean, look at these trains flourishing. Look at them go! My God! We could have...
Also, Amtrak conspired to not go to Des Moines, so I refuse to use it. I don't think Amtrak conspired to do that. I think the freight company didn't allow Amtrak to go through Des Moines. Outrageous what it is going to be a public good next clean air communist BS.
I'm sorry. If you're trying to tell me that the government shouldn't be funding Amtrak because it's not profitable, boy, have I got some terrible news for you about fire departments, the police, the military, my God, highways. Jesus Christ, the entire lifetime of Amtrak funding is less than one single year in highway spending.
That's crazy.
Roads have cost the American taxpayers over a...
USPS isn't profitable either, right? Well... So the USPS is very not profitable because the United States government passed a law that says the USPS has to include like the retirement accounts of their workers. So it looks significantly worse than it actually is. But the USPS can probably break even if that wasn't there. Like there would probably be years where they would break even if not make like a little bit of money. I'm telling you, a casino data center, trains of the future. I mean, it'd be really loud if it was a train plus a data center.
$1 billion in net government spending, and that study ended in 2012.
Oh, shit. Does it sound a profit?
This is a Now, under the Biden administration, Amtrak did get some extra funding, which is awesome. But they have been so underfunded for so long.
Okay, I was thinking we need a Florida on the left coast, so we should probably annex Baja.
That they have to use $5 billion of it just to replace a tunnel on the Northeast Corridor that's 150 years old.
Jeez.
The line that accounts for half of Amtrak's ridership runs through a tunnel that was built during the Ulysses S. Grant
Oh my God!
That guy! When's the last time you thought about that guy? I mean, obviously we have to do it, but we also have to consider it pretty much the bare minimum. And then there's the climate side of trains, and in the US, unfortunately, that's also pretty bad. Aside from the electrified Northeast Corridor, almost all Amtrak routes still run diesel trains. So even though electrified trains can be way lower emission than planes or cars, America's diesel trains still blast out CO2.
He's not wrong.
Hiroko Taguchi from the New York Times had to fight to take a train across the country for work, only to find out that the diesel train emissions were probably worse than flying for that long of a trip.
Oh, correct, but it depends on how many passengers are there. If there's significantly more passengers on the train, then it's probably negligible. But yeah. Replace diesel with coal. with clean coal auto.
So definitely take a train if you're in the Northeast, or if it's only a few hundred miles, but until we can actually electrify, there really isn't a low emission train option if you're trying to go from like Chicago to New York. But maybe one day we can actually build good passenger trains. We could even put some serious federal dollars behind high-speed rail, a thing that Japan already did in the year 1964. That's right, 60 years ago, Japan had high-speed rail. America has never had high-speed rail. It's awesome here. And I can feel you right now, you're diving for that comment section. You want to pop off about how much you love high-speed rail. And to that, I say go with God, my friend. And while you're down there, why don't you give me an awooga? And just know this, we're currently writing a whole episode about high-speed rail, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. So check that out when it drops. But for now, whenever you find yourself wishing we had good trains in America, just remember that we absolutely do. They're just for freight. And apparently, we wouldn't have it any other way.
We ran out of coal in 1879, Sag. It's corn-based ethanol now. That's why Iowa's only existing. Replace coal with left votes. Wait, are paper ballots still a thing or not? Yeah, majority of states have paper ballots, if not backup paper ballots. But yeah, paper ballots are actually the most secure way to vote. My stockings are going to be overflowing this Christmas. I vote on paper ballot since I do mail-in. Yeah, when I do mail-in too. We should only be voting with Bitcoin. Are they trying to get rid of paper ones? I don't think the Trump administration is that stupid. They're trying to get rid of mail-in voting. They're not trying to get rid of paper ballots. They're trying to get rid of mail-in voting, which is a form of paper ballots. We should only be voting with Bitcoin. I always go in person so I can judge my fellow citizens in line.
All aboard, Amtrak, all aboard. Yeah, and that's the one. Thanks, Rick. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I know it might seem like we kind of throw these things together, but we actually put a ton of work into every single part of these. From the research, to the writing, to the shooting,
I miss jingles.
To the editing. We are reading multiple books, we're calling up experts, we're digging through old PDFs from the 1970s. We even wrote a scene in a music studio, and we got a music studio. We could have rewritten it to be anywhere. And the only reason why we're able to keep making these videos is the
ethical reacts on
Climatown Patreon page. So if that's you, thank you so much. We could not do it without you. And for just a couple dollars a month, you too could be part of the.
I've never voted in person. I would not know what to do. You basically just walk up, they check your stuff.
Now, people join our
they
Patreon
verify that you're on the roll, and then you walk in, and then you fill out a paper ballot.
Some of them.
That's what you do. They're trying to get rid of mail-in, also doing extra identification bullshit to cut down on fraudulent voting. Yes, yes. In the last 50 years, the Heritage Foundation has found 1,000 cases of voter fraud. 1,000 cases. That might sound like a lot to you. But there have been billions of votes. 1,000 out of billions is nothing.
Physical phone that sits on my desk. We will give you the number. You can.
But I tell you what's not nothing.
Hello.
Being subscribed to the Ned Ghost Rider broadcast, because then you avoid the top of the hour ad break. Because the top of every hour, I run a 3-minute ad. If you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription, or get lucky and get gifted a sub. Or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. If it's not me, then hopefully it's one of my friends. But here comes a 3-minute ad breakdown.
Consider throwing us a couple of bucks a month to help us keep the lights on. I would really appreciate it. Okay.
I have not tried marijuana.
Albert Gore? You went by Albert? Anyway, chat, that was a good video from Climatown. It was a great video from Climatown. You should watch more Climatown videos. We kind of want to do that too. You stand in line and then you tell a nice lady that, hi, my name is Spicy and I was told to come here. And she looks for your name and says, okay, dear, head into that line. And then you get a ballot and then you look for the last name. When it says Trump, you fill that in. Yeah. I don't think they're that nice in Texas, but they definitely say look for the R. Wait. That's electioneering, Spicy Water. That's literally a federal crime. So who's the main person to vote for on the left side next? It's not still Kamala, isn't it? Are you talking president? Because we don't know yet. Did you watch the video, Cap? Not at all. I've been here. Oh. Minor that fraudulent votes in Colorado were done by Tina Peters. Yes. Yes, they were. What's a federal crime between friends? Kamala literally ran on the exact same policies as Donald Trump, just in a more liberal way. Goes 2028. I mean, technically, I'm eligible. There are whispers that Kamala is going to run again. Well, she's going to fucking lose by a lot. Yeah, she's reaching out to Abdul and shit like that. And she's been talking with progressive candidacies. By a lot, yeah. Chat, do you know how many votes that Kamala Harris got in the 2020 primary? Do you want to know? By a lot. Yeah. Do you want to know how many votes Kamala Harris got in the 2020 presidential primary? 0. She got fucking 0. She dropped out before the votes even started. I agree with that. She was a pinch hitter last second. No. It was pretty simple. All she had to do was run on not genociding Palestinians. And she would have won. And they literally have the data to prove that shit. And they hid that data. It'd be better for you to watch the video before having this conversation. I agree, Cap. I think watching that video would be a very good thing based on the conversation that we've been having so far. Also, the video that we gave you, you should watch that channel. But then what will we talk about? JD Vance on the blue ticket 2028. Oh my God, that might actually happen. Do not speak that into existence, Otto. Because it might actually happen. As an anti-Trump person. Cap, I gave you a warning, please. I'm back. Are we fighting? Fighting what? Fighting fascism? Always. I'd say technically I'm violating BDS playing this game. My demons, yes. Just yapping. I mean, I've been very patient with this conversation. It sounds like Kidda is losing their patience. I got 2 on catfishing today. Should we do catfishing? I'm not doing catfishing. I'm not doing catfishing right now. I literally have all this shit in front of me. So that's what we're going to do, chat. We're going to do some fucking flying. Oh, I got to update. Update. Did you get a joystick? I've had a yoke. Mine vibrates and it's made of silicone, but it has trouble connecting to the PC. That sounds like a Bluetooth problem, Otto. Fighting the urge for me to go downstairs to get ice cream? Well, depends on if your caloric budget for the day. Bite Sync, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Never mind. That's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. That sounds like all right, chat. Where are we flying? Ghost, why is your internet so slow? Maybe because I'm fucking streaming to you people. Actually, I guess I could do catfishing now if we're waiting for this. You're lucky, Otto. Let's do it, chat. Are we doing it together or are we doing it with me? 20th century British nurses. At least it isn't shaders. British women in World War II, British women in World War I. Is this Florence Nightingale? Do you need a navigator? Sure. Is it Florence Nightingale? Because that's like the only nurses I know. Damn it. Agatha Christie? Fuck, I knew that name. I was aware of that name. Austronesian inscriptions, Easter Island, history of Easter Island, Polynesian language, Rapa Nui. Fuck, what are those big head sculptures called? What are those big heads called? Easter Island heads? Really? That's the name of them? She makes good murder mysteries? Agatha Christie said she was a nurse. Oh, God, I did not know that word. Fanta Lightbrev? She made books too. Moai heads. Cocktails with fruit liqueur, cocktails with lime juice, cocktails with orange liqueur, cocktails with rum. Cuisine of California, cuisine of Western United States, Hawaiian alcoholic drinks, IBA official cocktails, tiki culture, tiki drinks. All right, fruit liqueur, lime juiced. Is that a Mai Tai? Mai Tai! Got him. See, this is why I got two. 20th century squatters, 1987 establishments in England, acid house musicians, alternative dance musical groups, Arista Records artists, Brit Award winners, 1987 British ambient music, British conceptual artists, British male musical duos, British remixers, British techno musical group, Deutsche Grammophon artists, electric music groups from London, musical groups disestablished in 92. Musical groups established in 87. Musical groups reestablished in 2017. Spicy knows the spicy drinks. I mean, I was a bartender too. There's no way any American could possibly know this one. I mean, the only musical duo I know is Daft Punk, and they're French. They only existed for 5 years, and they were reestablished in 2017. It can't be Oasis, right? Because Oasis was around in like the late 90s and early 2000s, right? I'm racking my brain right now. '20th century squatters, acid house musicians, alternative dance musical groups, Brit Award winners, British ambient music groups, British Eurodance gangs. Also, not a duo. Not a duo? What the fuck? Fuck it, I'm going to say, it can't be the Doors because the Doors have been around forever. Aqua? Fuck it, let's go with it. The KLF? Also the Justified Ancients of Moo Moo? Yeah, I never would have got that. 20th century American male rappers, 21st century African American rappers. Oh, the game is done installing. Musicians from Harrisburg, Rappers from Manhattan. Rappers from Pennsylvania. Record producers. American people of Barbadian descent. America trap musicians. American people convicted of assault. Cloud rappers. East Coast hip-hop musicians. Baha Men. 1988 birth. Oh, it's Usher. ASAP Rocky. What? Oh, I'm thinking of that Usher 1988 album. That's not when he was born. I think that's when he made his musical debut. Yeah, I got that wrong. Damn it. They all kind of fall into the same category. Oh, I wouldn't say Usher falls into trap music. Unless you have niche knowledge, it's hard to guess the right musician. Yeah. 81 English language films, 81 films, 81 war drama, anti-war films about World War I. A World War I movie? And it's an Australian movie? Dude, the only World War I movie is fucking All Quiet on the Western Front. You can guess this one? I can guess this one? There's another? Running films? Read all the categories? Films shot in Adelaide, films in Western Australia, running films, Paramount Pictures, Turkey, Flinders Ranges. 81 films. Anti-war films about World War I. Australian adventure drama films, Australian war drama films, Australian war epics. English language films by Peter Weir. Robert Stigwood. Ryan May. Set in Egypt. Oh. Oh, no, this is, Is this Lawrence of Arabia? No, Lawrence of Arabia was like... Lawrence of Arabia was like the 60s, right? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Gallipoli? Yeah, I'd never heard that movie, ever. 57, international relations. 57 in the Soviet Union. 58 in the Soviet Union. Amateur radio history. Cold War terminology. First artificial satellites of a country. Sputnik. Geospace monitoring satellites of the Soviet Union. Yeah, it's Sputnik. Right? Yeah, what the fuck? Why did I pause on it? Apocalyptic groups, Christian new religious movements, Christian pacifism, Christian socialism, millenarianism, Protestant denominations established in the 18th century, Restorationism, Christianity. Oh, one sec. Oh, Cat goes all over this. Sexual abstinence and religion, simple living. Wait, let's take a second on this one. Cat goes looking it up. Cat goes looking up Christian socialism. Apocalyptic groups. Christian pacifism. I'm thinking. Okay, this would be like one of three. Christian socialism, which is just Christianity. Protestant denominations established in the 18th century. Cult. Mooney. Quakers? Mooney? Shakers. Okay, I would have been closer saying the Quakers. United Society of Believers in Christ's Second Appearing, commonly known as the Shakers, are millenarian restorists. Quakers are older. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because Quakers were established in the colonies before that, before the 17th century. Association football terminology, basketball terminology, child labor, rugby league terminology, rugby union terminology, Sports occupations and roles. Tennis terminology. Terminology used in multiple sports. What? Ball kid? Ball boy? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Child labor. That's hilarious. Weren't Quakers the result of establishing the colonies one way or another? Yeah, Quakers in Pennsylvania. William Penn. Casserole dishes, cheese dishes, cuisine of Emilia Romagna. Neapolitan cuisine, pasta dishes, types, fried pasta. Lasagna. Otto, you said you got 2? Does that mean I'm twice as good as you? Does that mean I'm twice as good as you? Since you said you only got 2? All right, chat. Let's get back into Flight Sim. All right, chat. Where are we flying? Chat, where are we flying? Where are we flying? KRDU. KRDU to where? DPRK? That's a long fucking flight. Shakers are an offshoot of the Quakers. I figured. KCLT. Okay. And I'm not doing this shit at night. We're doing it middle of the day. Fly the F-16. I can't do that. Aircraft selection. I could do the 152, but that'll be really slow. I've flown a 172. They're really easy to fly. But I have my most hours in the Piper Cherokee, which is somewhere in here. It's an F-18, by the way, not an F-16. DPRK to Transnistria. What the fuck is this? I want to get to where I'm going. Oh, you'll get there. See, this is the plane that I want. Dual motors. Actually, this is probably a little bit smaller than what I want. I want like a 6-seater. This is the plane that Roy Halladay passed away in. Oh, here it is. Here's the Piper Cherokee. Liveries. Okay, weight and balance. Chat, how much y'all weigh? How much y'all weigh? Why are we flying in a Corolla? 3 apples. Okay. 67 stone. Okay. All right, chat. So I am 170. So make sure you request permission to enter Class B airspace. I'm going to be on the ground. Spicy Water. Also, when I start flying more often, I might straight up do like a flight plan with you guys while I'm on stream. 73 kilos. So that's 165 pounds. Okay. Luggage in the back. How much luggage are we taking? How much cocaine? I mean, luggage. Suitcases. It's cargo, damn it. My bad. It's cargo. We're going to do 200 pounds of cargo. Definitely not cocaine. Cargo that's definitely not cocaine. 50 pounds of underwear. We could put that in the passenger seat. And then 65 pounds of meat. Okay? Should we go full payload, chat? Full payload? Oh, not 2,000. That's weird. 200. 170. 165. 10. 10. Shit, that's too heavy. 100. Not 1,000. 100. 102. There we go. Maxed out, chat. Fly the star. Saw the pin. Oh. Well, we don't need the pin anymore. We don't need the pin anymore. Ghost, I can't take any less luggage. You need to lose weight. What are you talking about? That's more weight than I put in earlier. Failures. We could have some fun with that at some point. Complete failure. Customization. Real trains are old news. We are on a plane now. Choo choo. Wings fall off failure. Fuel pump going out. Magneto left. Also, I hope that the controls are working. I hope the controls are working, chat. I hope the controls are working and I don't have to fix it. I just call my mama sometimes and miss her. Anyway, what are we looking at? We are flying planes. We are flying planes. We're going to see if I can still fly a plane. Ghost wants to fly a Camry instead of a fighter jet. Crash time? Oh, we're not crashing. Jet emo, let's go. Does Flight Slim let you throw in nav points? Our nav points? Yes. Are you talking about like doing flying instrument? We ready? Finish crash?
Raleigh Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar, Echo Charlie ready at runway 23 right west.
Fly the star? What is flying the star? Oh shit. Shit! I gotta put my foot on the brakes, chat. I'm gonna put that down. Ah, that's my fuel pump. Avionics on. Oh. I had the starter on. What the fuck happened? Wait, what is going on? Wait, why is it not working? Oh, is the fuel fucking off? Is the fuel fucking... Oh, you know what it is? I think when I put the throttle all the way up... Yeah. Oh, shit. Nothing's working. Oh, my God. I gotta fucking go through all my controls again? Ugh. Oh, my God. I don't have anything done. Excuse me, when does the plane take off? It doesn't. It was uninstalled, right? Yeah, I had to uninstall and reinstall it. T-Rudder. I thought I had it saved, though. Gotta do key bindings and whatnot again? Yeah, I think. Landing gear. Gear down. Power management throttle. Oh, shit. Oh, I got it now. Oh, I have to fucking reverse it. We have a bit lady ordered this and a fucking matcha. What? Offer it with cucumbers next time? Ooh. Ghost, customer at my work ordered a well done kids quesadilla with no cheese. Wouldn't that make it? Lady paid $8 for me to burn a tortilla. I was so pissed. Isn't that not a quesadilla? Can't crash if we don't take off. True. This man's about to derail this plane? No. Is this why we don't let Ghost drive? No. Actually, I could probably show you guys this stuff. Okay. Are you a good driver? Yes. It's not a quesadilla, but that's what the lady ordered. We have it, but the lady ordered this and a fucking matcha. Any thoughts on the USS Defiant while we wait? What's the USS Defiant? Is that the one that the Ghost Tesla is a good driver? Sure. But my Tesla didn't crash like Kyle Shanahan's. Fuck. Okay, we'll see if this works. Oh shit, that was wrong. God damn it. Oh my fucking god. This is completely wrong. I gotta redo fucking everything. Shit. God damn it. Fuck. Ghost contributed to Elon Musk being a trillionaire? Yeah, alright, whatever. Trump class battleship? Whatever. It's probably gonna go to shit just like everything else Trump touches. Men always say yes. I believe you when you say you are. Should have chose the Super Hornet. Why? So this would happen with the Super Hornet? Oh, avionics. Master battery. Okay. So then I got to go over here. And I got to do power management, throttle. What the fuck? Why is that not doing anything? Why is it not doing anything? Wait, didn't I see you live earlier? Yes, Elliot, I was live earlier as well. News media caught when that Ghost has a Tesla, not Elon, is no longer a trillionaire. Got him. Messing Ghost, we've all contributed to Ghost being a trillionaire against our will. To Elon or me being a trillionaire? Because it'd be awesome if I was a trillionaire. What the fuck? Button 25. Look at me go. Congrats on 120 consecutive streams, Ellie. You're an ethical trillionaire. Ethical trillionaires don't exist. You were live earlier? Yes, Otto, I was live earlier. Has $1 billion, also immediately gave away the cargo. Looking kind of sus, Ghosty. Except for the country, we shouldn't talk about donating a lot of funds to you. Throttle 1 decrease. I don't think this is right. I feel like this isn't right. Oh, now it's working. Okay. I don't know why this is doing this. Inflation will make ethical trillionaires exist? I don't think so. Okay. Okay, why is the mixture not working? Why is the mixture not working, chat? Okay, is this supposed to work? Wait, why? Why does it go down when I go to max mixture? When I expect compensation for this delay? Y'all are lucky that I fucking streamed again today. Y'all are fucking mad. Really? I streamed already today. And you're mad that I'm streaming again? And that I'm having technical difficulties on fucking equipment that I haven't used in months? Danny, thank you for the resubscribe with Prime. Now you can avoid the top of the hour ad break. Also, you come in here for the technical difficulties. Ghost, what does your shirt say? I don't know. And no, I'm not fucking standing up. I can't fucking stand up playing this game. And if you redeem stand up, I'm not giving you your points back. We need an ad break. How could I possibly know you were live earlier? Because you got an email from Discord. The fuck? Why? What is happening? Now it's not working at all? Can Ghost catch a break today? We'll see. Probably not. Bossbot sends slow emails and you were offline. I haven't redeemed it in days. Yeah, but you had auto do it. You had auto do it, though. Allegedly? No. I got confirmation. I got receipts. Why is the mixture going all the way down? What? Ghost, are you a good pilot? I believe so. They get knocked over and suffer traumatic brain injury at one point when the camera fell. The camera didn't fall, chat. The camera did not fall. The gimbal literally broke.
Hello, profile. Whenever the engine general aviation airplane, we're going to set this up for, again, the single complex, which would be throttle and lever 2.
Fuck, I don't want a complex.
Mixture.
I don't want a complex. I want just a fucking single engine. God, I'm on Facebook. Gimbal like the store from the movie? Wait, no spoilers. I'm going to use the VOD for ASMR. Use low audio. Ghost yells during plays. Yeah, I did.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today for another one of Sporty's how-to videos. Today we are going to focus on how to configure our control. We are going to go ahead and clean up all the current commands for these levers, all 6 of them. So we'll begin by heading on over to Power Management. Let's look at our mixture. Alright, so mixture 1 axis should be lever 5, and as I move lever 5, there we go, we see the change. Let's go ahead and start cleaning this up. And we're just going to clear these current inputs and then validate it /save. Alright, and then also important, as soon as we make changes, we need to save this as our new profile. I'm going to save it as our GA.
Ghost, are you allowed to play with your level on stream? Yes. Coach always got mad when we weren't yelling. Good comms, good comms. Yeah. Okay, I'm texting as I sleep through tornado alarms. That's not good. Single engine GA. Throttle. Okay, that's throttle 1. That's mixture 2. I need to make this. I need to make this. From negative 100 to 100. Hey guys, did Swiper ever successfully swipe Dora's stuff? I feel like that fucking Fox definitely could have a few times. Oh, I swiped today. Dingle bangle, jingle jangle. Throttle these nuts. Got him. Got him. Chat, I apologize that this is taking so long. Why is it decreasing like that? Why is the mixture going down? It's okay. Is streaming ever easy? No, there's always issues. Yeah, but I have auto in here being a fucking asshole. Pick a different plane. A different plane will literally not fix this. A different plane will literally not fix this. Please tell me how picking a different plane would fix the problem that I'm currently having. Please. Please tell me. The update may have screwed it up. No, it's when I uninstalled it and reinstalled it. It didn't save my settings, which I literally worked on for like hours when I first bought my PC and got it working. So I don't understand. You're double binding it. It doesn't. Yeah, I know I'm double binding it, but I only have one mixture, so there's no point in. Wait, so because I'm double binding it. Wait, so because it's double binded, that's why it's drifting? Remove mixture 2 and mixture 1 button binds? So why is it drifting? Why is it drifting down? I don't understand why it's drifting down. So these ones here? These button ones here? Because of the button bind, it's constantly activated? I mean, that makes sense. That might have been the next thing I was going to try. There we go. Thank you, Shimming It On. Also, thank you for the follow. I don't know why follows aren't working. Okay, there we go. Okay. We're good now. We're good now. Thank you. Okay. All right. I need to... I don't need... Which one is the fuel pump? Which one is the fuel pump? Oh, I gotta bind the fuel pump again. Fuel pump. Toggle fuel pumps. Oh, it's beacon lights? Interesting. Y'all don't see me in chat. I'm lurking. Okay, Danny. Okay. And then the beacon light. 34 and 30. Oh, this is the beacon light one. Okay. Okay, that's actually not bad. Anyone see Danny? I didn't see Danny. Pitot heat. Fuel pump on. Oh boy. Oh, that's crazy. So it's constantly on. Okay. Try this. Fuck it, I'll just manually do it. I'll just manually do it and fix it later. All right. Here we go, chat. All right, fuel pump's on. Set this to 1200 and not 7700. No mode C, that's bad. Okay. Mixture rich. Throttle up. Brake on. start the bad boy up. Oh, I probably have to. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 4, 5. Okay, now we're good. Start it up. There we go. There we go. All right, chat, let's just get flying. Let's just get flying. I'll do that other shit later. God, I'm so pissed that all my settings... I'm so pissed that all my settings are done. All right, chat. And we're up. Right rudder, right rudder. Trying to climb at 75. Setting the trim. There we go. You're just supposed to do a pre-flight safety broadcast? Yeah, I am, but I said, fuck it, let's go up. Because y'all were getting unruly.
Raleigh Tower didn't copy. Please say again for Piper Oscar Echo Charlie. Piper Oscar Echo Charlie, continue for west departure.
All right, west departure.
Raleigh Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie, continue for west departure.
Oh boy. Now we're going, chat. Heading 259. All right, if my heading is 259, if I remember correctly, I have to be at an odd thousands and 500. So let's go to 3,500. Let's trim it so I don't have to pull back on the yoke so hard. Also, the trim in this game is trash. It's so much easier in an actual plane. But yes, Otto, to answer your question, it is FAA regulations that you have to... that you have to do a safety brief. Even if you're just doing a little, like, small plane. All right, frequency change approved.
Raleigh Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie, frequency change.
Oh, I still need to keep climbing. Nearest airport list? Raleigh approach? No, I have to go to Blue Ridge. No, not nearest airport. What the fuck? You're a PPL holder? Yes, I am. I haven't actually flown a plane since December, though. So this would be the point where I'd be talking to air traffic control in charge of the region, and I would be asking follow, which then they would tell me to change the squawk number, which is my transmitter number. Nice, nice. Well, flying ain't cheap. Yeah, well, that's the problem. I was hoping to get my instrument by this fall, but I was either going to have time or money, not both. So I'm hoping to... I'm hoping that I will... I'm hoping that I will be able to start my instrument rating. I'm hoping I'll be able to start doing my instrument rating at the end of this fall. All right, I gotta get back on the line, chat. Transponder. Did I say transponder? Or did I say transmitter? Yeah, transponder. Transmitter, my bad. Listen, I haven't flown in 9 months. Give me a break. All right, I gotta climb. It's so hard to get this trimmed properly. As your navigator, I'm helping. I appreciate it. Aiming for CPL or anything? Eventually. Because I'm a caddy right now. So, I'm a caddy right now, so the body's gonna fall apart eventually, so... Oh, boy. So, I'm a meteorologist as well. I was a meteorologist for 5.5 years, so meteorology and piloting seem to go hand in hand. That helps? Yeah. Do you have your licenses, Shemanon? I live in a place where it isn't worth it. That's fair. Come on. Can't hear the engine. Oh, I gotta check the RPMs. That's my problem. I can get to an aviation career without having a PPL? Yeah. That's fair. I would argue I kind of did it with my meteorology. Oh, I gotta get rid of the yoke. Yeah. All right, I was a little too low on the throttle. I got a CPL, but no PPL. What? You pull your parking brake when flying, you do mad air drifts? So Subliminal is just coming in here and just spewing nonsense. Spewing nonsense, unlike me at the top of the hour telling everybody to avoid the ads by paying $5.99 for a subscription or get lucky and get gifted a sub, or link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. If it's not me, then hopefully it's one of my friends. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now. Kago, thank you for the hydrate. Concealed pistol? Oh. We're talking about flying, so we're not talking about concealed pistol. Who would come in this stream and just spew nonsense? You, Otto. Literally you. Ooh, my VFR map? Not good. I gotta get back online, chat. Oh, I'm getting too high. I'm getting too high. So much so that even for our airlines and Air Force, we go overseas for flight training. That's just dependency on another country. That's that other country. That's that neo-colonialism. Fun fact about flying, I've been in two very unique situations while flying. I was once in an emergency landing and got to slide the fun little slide. As awesome as that is for you, that is terrifying. That happened for you. They thought the plane was on fire. I mean, it's probably for the best. Oh, I could turn the fuel pump off, Cat. All right, what's my RPM at? All right, keep my RPM there. Put the trim down. There we go. Scientists can't explain why planes stay in the air. True. Otto, you learned that from here. 36,000 feet to landing in like 2 minutes. Damn. That would be an emergency. That would be an emergency descent, which I've had to do for my training. You know that even though oxygen is flowing, the plastic bag may not inflate? I didn't know that, Keko. He skips my chats. I just fucking read it, Keko! You fucking piece of shit! You geographically have no other options, so you have to go to another country? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It sucks that you have to. Ghost, what is your call sign? Gotta tell center where we at? No, we don't. We don't have to tell them shit. We don't have to tell them anything. Ron's ultralight field, we can go there. We don't have to tell center shit. Flying over the Midwest, we had to take evasive maneuvers to avoid 2 tornadoes. What? You shouldn't be flying that low. Class C airspace disagrees. Well, we're not in Class C airspace. We're in Class G airspace. Ooh, I have too much RPMs. That's why I'm climbing. A lot of flight training, Air Force and commercial we do in Australia. Go. Chat, I think I'm doing pretty good for not flying in 9 months, even though this is simulated. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, especially if Australia has more resources to help y'all out. I think it was the storm cell itself, which was the issue, but it's super cool watching the tornado strobe, like stop motion in the night as they pop transformers. That shit's crazy. Yeah, it's probably the supercell itself. You wait 9 months because you were pregnant? No, I waited 9 months because I'm broke. Because I'm broke. If you want me to not be broke, you can sub or gift subs. If you guys want to see YouTube, if you guys want to see YouTube flying content, you could help me out. Or not, if you have disposable income. I thought you were pregnant. I am not pregnant, Otto. Met a couple Singaporean Air Force students when they were in the States for training. What kind of Chinese are they? What kind of Chinese were they? Isoline map? Oh. Yeah, we are cruising. I have been disposable income, but I need to buy socks because mine have holes in them. You should probably do that so you don't get blisters. I put a show on my TV and forgot stream was happening. I was like, damn, why is my fan so loud? It's your fucking plane? Yes, I'm flying a fucking plane, Becca. Is that okay that I'm flying a plane? Pulled a $300 magic card today. Does that make me worthy of disposable income? That's cool. I have to check to see if I won the Powerball. I have to check to see if I won the Powerball last night. I haven't checked yet. I forgot to buy the Powerball. Props are pretty much loud fans. Yeah, I have my aviation headset. My disposable income went to a house. Oh wow, just flexing on us, Becca. Goes, can you turn your propeller down? It's kind of loud. It's distracting back here. My bad. Otto, are you in the cargo hold? Come on. Come on. Get the trim. I've been locked in this cargo hold for like an hour. Let me out. We're almost there. We're almost there, Otto. We're only 90 miles out. We're only 90 miles out. We are a United States to Cuba away. Also, I am not on my line at all. Okay. Low oil pressure? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean I got low oil pressure? The oil pressure's good. Oil pressure's good. Fuel pressure's good. Oil pressure's good. Have we been flying for 30 minutes yet? Oh boy. Have you checked the muffler bangs? Oh, I forgot about those. Oh, throttle's too low. Throttle's too low. That's what's happening. Oh, I didn't have the beacon on. That was bad. Need to find the nearest suitable divert. What are you talking about, Spicy Water? Spicy Water is just randomly making shit up. Spicy Water is just randomly making shit up. We need to find the nearest suitable divert. No, we don't. We don't. We're flying this. We're flying this bitch. Chat, is everybody doing okay? Does everybody have their seatbelts on? Oh shit. Oh shit. Listen, we're trying to get to Charlotte. We're trying to get to Charlotte, chat. Who is Charlotte? Your mom. Chat's mom. Doxed. All right. Let's advance. Oh, shit. Flight assistant. Taxi ribbon, landing ribbon, takeoff speed. Landing speed. Stall speed. Teleport to increased altitude. No, I don't want to do that. Travel to approach. There we go. We fast traveled to approach, chat. So now we can do landings, and I could show you how sick I am at landings. Goes, you're cleared the ILS runway 01, right? I'm not flying ILS. I'm not flying ILS, so that's a problem. That's a problem.
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie acknowledged
What
last transmission.
the fuck happened? What happened? Why did I fall out of the fucking sky? Oh, I'm literally on the approach? Oh, shit. Flaps.
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie,
Flaps.
please acknowledge.
What am I acknowledging?
Cleared to land runway 23 Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Oh, yeah, chat. Like riding a bike. Like riding a bike, chat. Like riding a fucking bike. Brakes?
Echo Charlie, exit runway unable.
Oh, I exited the runway.
Contact ground on 121.8.
I gotta get off the runway, and then I contact ground. I hit the brakes there. I acknowledge the ground handoff.
Going to 121.8 Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Okay. Taxi to parking.
Charlotte ground Piper Charlie.
Were you supposed to mow the lawn? Yeah. Luckily you were cleared. Yeah. F-18.
Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Golf Mike Romeo Cross runway 5 Romeo Cross runway 18 left Romeo Delta.
What the fuck? Golf Mike Romeo cross runway 5 right, cross runway 18 left. Wait, that's the same runway. No, that's a different runway. Romeo Delta. What the
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie, please acknowledge.
I did acknowledge.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Golf Mike Romeo Cross runway 5 Romeo Cross runway 18 left Romeo Delta Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
I'm not looking forward to flying at more like complicated airports, because you have to like, god damn, if they're repeating that shit so fucking quick. Oh shit, I don't think I'm supposed to, this isn't where I'm supposed to go. Fuck it, they gave me clearance and I'm following the arrows. Oh my God, there's so many taxiways here. They gave me clearance to cross it, so I'm crossing it. Even though I don't think I'm crossing the correct one. This is why you have your airport diagram? Yeah, I don't have it on me right now. I guess I could technically do this. Oh, the fucking car! Whoa, boy. Also, I think on my iPad, I'll be able to... like, find myself on the airport diagram, and then I'll be able to draw which way I'm supposed to go. There we go. Brakes. 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 Oops. Come on. Brakes. We're done. We did it, chat. Successful. I'd say that was a pretty good landing. I said that was a pretty good landing for not flying for months. All right, chat. Where are we flying now? Where are we flying? Also, Shamanon, thank you for helping out with the stuff. Okay, Charlotte doesn't have a runway 23 anymore. This is why you have your airport diagram. It's almost like this game is from 6 years ago. Also, is that true? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my flight, flight. Two runways closed by NOTAM. Runway 1 and 19. Runways 1 and 19, both left and right, are closed. Taxiway diagram. Runway 36. Oh shit, Charlotte only has one runway going right now. What the fuck? Wait, where did runway 23 used to be? Singapore in honor of Shamanon? I could do that. Wow, so did they rip up runway 23? Because, like, I can't even see it on the diagram. Oh, that's what I should do. Also, sorry, I didn't reply when you thanked me, but you're welcome. I appreciate it. They have 3 parallels now? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So what, they ripped up one of them and turned it into a taxiway? Is that what happened? Yeah. Oh god, I gotta update. I got software update? Fuck. All right, chat. Singapore. Yo, what? What? Is this the weather right now? Is this the current weather? Is there a typhoon off of Japan? Give me a small airport in Singapore, please. There's a typhoon near China. I know that's for sure. WSSL. Oh, yeah, there is a typhoon heading towards China. Oh, it's a tiny one. It's only 65 knots. Just a lot of wind. WSSL. WSSL. Okay. We will taxi to it. Flights got canceled for that typhoon. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Of course, they're not gonna fly through that shit. Okay, let's go to WSAG. It's right there, chat. Let's go to WSAG. Yo, how big is this runway? This runway doesn't look like it's big enough. That runway is 3,400 feet. That's actually not that bad. That's an airbase? Okay, maybe we shouldn't land there. WIDD. Ghost does some great weather streams when things get crazy. Yes, I do my best. Everything else you see is an airbase other than WSSS. Huh. Interesting. What? We're going to WIDD. Oh, 30-minute flight. We can fly this whole thing. See, I think this will be good when I start flying again if I do the actual stuff. I don't know how entertaining for stream it's going to be, though, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, God. There's like no taxiways. There's one taxiway on that one. Landing pattern? Yeah, we can get right into the landing pattern. There's to be winds at 270. 272 knots. Okay. Yo, does this one have... Wait, is this a runway out in the water? That's kind of cool. Is that a runway on the water? Oh, RSAF? Oh. Oh my God, it's blacked out because it's a fucking military base. Okay. All right. So, cargo. Cargo. We're doing full cocaine, right? Sorry, I mean cargo. Cargo. We're doing full cargo. And then we're gonna say I ate way too many cookies. We're gonna say I ate way too many cookies. And that we have another passenger in the back to offset that. We're gonna go full fuel. I could go for a cookie right now. Cookies. Failures? No, we won't do failures yet. We won't do failures yet. We were gonna do runway. Okay, according to the current weather for WIDD. All right, this time we're going to go through like pre-check stuff. We're going to go through pre-check stuff, and I'm going to do the things that I'm supposed to do. Trim? Yeah, I mean, you don't trim on the takeoff. You trim after the takeoff. All right. So, get rid of the yoke. Fuck that shit. Get rid of the yoke. Turn on the fuel. All right. Checklist chat. Checklist? Checklist? Where's my checklist? What happened to my checklist? Wait, it says the checklist is there, but I don't see it. Oh, the checklist is there. Oh, fuck. I want this. I want... I don't need that. Basic controls, nav log, checklist, DFR map. And then, what's the other thing we want to do? Weight balance. Okay. Checklist. Pre-flight interior. Parking brake set. Avionics off. Oh, it shows me it. What is that? Pre-flight exterior. Let's see. I got to pull the chocks. Controls, I'm giving you a checklist. Trim. Trim set to 0. Flaps set to 0. Controls. Hold on. I got to set the controls. Fuck, I forgot how to reset. Hold on. Controls. Fuck. Not free and clear. All right. Free and clear. Controls are free and clear. What's the rest of my checklist? NWS. What? Weather? Chocks. Tie downs. Wheel fairings. Still in the cargo hold. Okay. So I got to throw battery on. Avionics. Celatar ground, Celatar ATIS. Yeah. Why does it not say anything? Oh, wait. I got to turn the plane on first. This is a bad idea. I got to turn the plane on first. We're doing a start checklist, not takeoff checklist? Yeah. Before engine start. Chocks, tow bar, oil quality checked. Sure. Cabin door closed and latched. Closed and latched. Okay, we're locked. We're latched. Okay. Before engine start, circuit breakers in. Carburetor heat in. Fullest tank. Yeah, it's the left one. Engine start. Cold engine. Throttle to a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. God damn it. 1/2 inch. Battery switch is on. Nav lights. I believe nav lights are on. Beacons on. Fuel pump on. Propeller. Oh. Mixture rich. Hold on. Hodl. Hodl. I gotta open the window. Clear! Brakes on. All right, engine's live. I can bring that down. I can bring mixture down. All right, magnetos are on. Adjust to 1200. We're at like 1300. All right, good. All right, we're good to go. All right, now I can throw the avionics on. All right, wind's calm. Sky's clear. We have Charlie. We have Charlie, chat. Remember, Charlie. We have Charlie. Altimeter is 299. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, that's set. Heading set. Where's the altimeter? Oh, altimeter. What the fuck? Come on. There we go. Okay, 2992. All right. So now we go to ground. We request, and we are going heading 140, which is to the southeast. Shit. What run? WSSL? What's the runway here? What's the runway? Okay, I have to turn on the transponder. Also, why are my avionics not on? (1200) altitude. 2992 set. IFR clearance? We're not doing IFR clearance. Okay, we're going 140. Okay. We're gonna depart south.
Seal tar ground Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie ready to taxi departure to the south with Charlie.
Taxi and hold short of runway 21 using taxiway C. Contact tower 11845 when ready. Okay, I'll acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Taxiing hold short runway 21 using taxiway Charlie Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Fuck, I forgot. Turn the fuel pump off. Shit, there was a way to turn on the GPSs that I needed to do it. I don't remember what it was. Is it this? Was it this thing here? I can't remember what it was. Oh, okay. Oh, that just changed my GPS. Damn it. There we go. Now, there we go. Now it's on. All right. So we're taxiing the Charlie. We're taxiing the Charlie, which is over there. And then we're using runway 21. Okay. Parking brake on. And we're moving, chat. Brakes work. All right, let's do the thing. All right, we need to do the run up. We need to do the run up. Shit. Taxiing, landing light on. As required, avionics on, radio is set. Thermometer set, we did all that. Test on moving off, we did that. Okay, ground check. Parking brake set. Nah, we don't do that. Rich. Yes, this is shit that you have to do when you're flying, chat. Set to 2,000 RPMs. I guess I can put the parking brake on. All right, magnetos. Left. Okay. Right. Okay. We're good. We're on both. Vacuum gauge is over here. Vacuum looks good. Oil pressure, temperature. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, good. Oil pressure, good. Ammeter. That's amperage, which I believe is this one. I think. Annunciators. Carburetor heat. Oh, I gotta check the carburetor. Yep. Okay. Carburetor good. Fuel pressure check. Engine idle. $600 to 650. Okay. And adjust to 1200. I don't know why you go to idle and then adjust it back up. All right. Sweet. All right. Now we're good, chat. Okay. All right, we are short of runway 21. Fucking hit the brakes. What are you doing, bro? All right, request takeoff clearance of VFR.
Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie at runway 21 ready for departure to the south.
All right, fuel pump on. Gotta drift it, bro. You want me to drift it? Engine gauges, mixture rich. Flap set and check. Trim set. Cabin door. All right. We're good. Draft the Cessna. It's not a Cessna. It's a Cherokee. All right, chat. We're good to go. Parking brake release.
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie, please acknowledge.
Oh, I acknowledged. Oh, my bad.
Cleared for takeoff.
I acknowledged IRL.
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Chat, we're gonna take off like this is a short runway. We're gonna take off like it's a short runway. I'm gonna get as much runway as possible. I'm gonna hit the brakes. Okay. Airspeed indicator. Check if it's working. Maintain axis. Rotation 55. Airspeed, knots airspeed, initial climb 78. Flaps up at 300 feet. Airspeed's best rate of climb 89. All right, chat. Fucking do the thing. All right. Full throttle. Make sure we're up to full throttle. And we're good to go. Lights, recorder, squawk. Time. Time! Time out, time out, time out. We're squawking 1200. Lights are on. It's currently... Wait, what time is it? Anyway, we're going! $11:40 local. All right, and we're in the air. You're gonna use the ground effect, get some airspeed, and now we're climbing. Oh, we're continuing.
Sealtar Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie continue for south departure.
There we go. Do a barrel roll. I can't. 340 Zulu. Continue southbound. I'm clearing the runway. Clear over the water, then you're good to turn on course. Wait, I'm supposed to continue straight out until I'm over the water? Oh, shit. Wait, I don't have the GPS line. Shit. Because you got an airbase to your left? Well, that airbase doesn't exist. Intercepted by the RSAF? I don't care. I've got Alvin Johnston's autograph from when I met him as a kid. Can we stop at the mall? I need socks. No. See, frequency change approved, chat.
Sealtar Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie frequency change.
What frequency? They didn't tell me the frequency. WIDD. Where's my W? There it is. What's ATIS say?
Airport information golf 0300 Zulu.
Golf. Information golf.
Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1.
VFR say direction of flight. Oh shit! I think I was supposed to stay at. I was supposed to stay at 2,500, but we'll go to 4,500. We'll keep climbing.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
Horrible ATC. That is bad ATC. Can I see the city? I don't know. Can you? Can you see it? Hey, there's that base, I guess.
Sky condition clear. Temperature 15.
You're supposed to be in an odd altitude? It's an odd altitude? I thought the right side's the even altitude. 3,500? Okay. See, this is shit that I would review before I was flying. High res pack? Yeah, there is.
Airport information golf 0300 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 9er. Sky condition.
All right, winds are calm. Runway 4 is in use. I gotta turn down the throttle here.
29.902. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 4. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have golf.
Okay. Fuel pumps off.
Airport information golf 030.
Okay. I didn't know Spicy was such an aviation enthusiast. I dabble. Yeah, Spicy's a nerd. Spicy's a nerd with this shit. I gotta step on the ball, chat. I'm not stepping on the ball. Spicy Water's got the full tism. The full tism with aviation. All right, we're cruising, chat. All right, we're gonna do a full stop landing, chat.
Hang Nadine Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie is 17 miles northwest, 3,600 feet with golf to land.
Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie, hang Nadine Tower.
Left downwind, runway 4.
Decimal 902 wind, com enter left downwind runway 4.
Enter left downwind runway 4 Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Oh, this is gonna be easy. All right, so now that we have permission, we need to reduce our altitude slowly. Okay, and we need some info. Oh shit, what was the... 2992, okay. It's 1,098 feet. What the fuck is the pattern heights? Damn it, for flight. Oh boy. I'm hanging on. We don't want to die with cold. We will bury you with socks. For me, if we crash, bury you with socks. For me, if we crash, can you bury me at sea? We'll bury you with socks. Wouldn't want to die with cold feet. True. I know it's better not be buried with a bra. It will be in my will. So it's funny because... Oh, no, there's the tower. Runway, procedure. Doesn't have... I guess it's giving me the height there, 1098. And so it's about 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. I don't know why they don't give me a taxiway diagram. Comfiness is paramount in death? Yes. The most paramount. Whew. Yeah, we're just cruising now. And we're going to enter in at a 45 in the left downwind.
Hang Nadine Tower Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Piper Oscar Echo Charlie Airport is 1 o'clock 12 miles.
Acknowledged. 1 o'clock, 12 miles. Going very slow. Oh, I hate that my desk is like pinned up against the wall because it makes doing this not easy. Chat, I cannot wait until I get my instrument rating. And then I'll be able to fly. Pretty much all the time. It's going to be awesome. Chat, I'm tired. This might be the last. This might be the last landing, and then I'll pass you off to. I'll send you along to someone else for the second raid of the day. I need to watch the VOD of the baseball to see how it turned out. Were any of y'all that are still in here right now? Were any of y'all there? Yes? Was it good? Or did we look really tiny? Alright, checklist, climb, cruise, descent, power as desired, lean for altitude, carburetor heat as required, elevator trim. It was a baseball field for ants. Yeah, that's what half zoom typically does. Approach, landing light on. Landing light on. Fullest tank. Oop. Gotta switch to that. Shit. Fuel pump on. Then switch to the fullest tank. Fuel pressure's good. Now that's off. Fuel pump on. Mixture rich. Parking brake released. Flaps set and check. Okay. Would behind home plate be a better place with shade? There was no shade behind home plate. And behind home plate was really far away from the field. The best spot would have been to set it up on the dugout so then you could see most of the field, if not all of it. And then, but it was like right in the sun. You make shade. I might look up stuff to put on like selfie sticks and stuff for shade. All right, landings, flap set and check, trim for 63. Push down main first, lower nose gently. Okay, I'm set. We are entering the pattern. All right, chat, we are entering at a... Well, we're getting some turbulence. We are entering at a 45 degrees in left downwind. Wait, I entered it already. All right, our runway is right over there. Wait. Yeah, that's got to be our runway, chat, right? All right, chat. Now, we got to slow our asses down. Slow our asses down. We're going to put first flaps up. Okay.
Keep trimming. Throttle's a little low. Another set of flaps, another notch of flaps. Yeah.
Hyper Oscar Echo Charlie, wind calm, clear to land runway 4.
Clear the land runway 4.
Hyper
Hell yeah.
Oscar Echo Charlie.
All right, we're cleared to land, chat. Oh, the flight pattern is 1098. Oh, so it's 98. That's why. So I was doing all of that for no reason. Okay. Gotta push the rudder pedal, step on the ball. Okay. Okay, we're on base. We're on base. Whoop. Wrong way with the flaps. Another notch of flaps. What angle of bank do you use? I try to do... I try to do 10 to 15 degrees. Because that doesn't make passengers sick. Oh, I got 4 green lights, chat. Or sorry, 4 white lights. That means I'm on the plane. Okay. I gotta get on the center line. Gotta get in the center line. I'm still on plane. It should be 2 white and 2 red. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Oh, white is too high, I think. Yeah, 2... Yeah, 4 whites is too high. Glide slope. Glide slope. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, chat. Another great landing. Another great landing, chat.
Hyper Oscar Echo Charlie, exit runway when able.
Okay, where's the taxiway? For white's too high. For red's too low. Well, I was too high and I still landed that shit. Without any stalls. Because I'm good. See, this is why I'm going to review my stuff before I start flying again. If only landing a plane was this easy.
Hyper Oscar Echo Charlie, turn next taxiway.
121.95.
121.95 Piper Oscar Echo Charlie. Goodbye.
Taxi to parking.
Hang Nadim Ground Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie request taxi to parking.
Piper Charlie, Foxtrot Oscar Echo Charlie taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Piper Oscar Echo Charlie.
Okay. Oh, it's right here. Chat, the parking spot's right here. Brakes. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Why did it not end? Why did it not end? Am I not parked? Am I not parked? Oh my god, I forgot to bring my flaps. Anyway, chat, that was fun. Sorry, I'm only doing 3 hours today. I know, half day. Half day ghosty. Half day ghosty. But we got to raid out. I got to send y'all to someone. I got to send you all somewhere. I'm gonna send you to Jolly. Jolly's doing his famous Sunday. Jolly's doing his famous, massively long Sunday streams. He's playing the Big Walk, which I think was the next game that we were gonna play in Unhinged Friday. So, chat, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you all enjoyed the baseball stream. Hope you all enjoyed this stream. Sorry that this was... I mean, I'm not sorry, but I'm glad that this was a chill stream. This was fun. Doing a couple landings and stuff. Chat, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, stream Jost. Thanks, BiteSync. Anyway, chat. With that being said, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night. See y'all later. Go Birds. Fuck ICE. Free Palestine. Fuck Israel. See ya.